Good morning, world.
Good morning, and welcome to Cedric and Brian's Music Monday. Some of you are probably asking, what in the heck is Cedric and Brian's Music Monday? Stay tuned. We'll tell you when we come back. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before, we're going to do Music Monday today, and some of you are probably asking, what in the heck is Cedric and Brian's Music Monday? Long time ago, for some of you old-time Cedric and Brian subscribers, we used to do Music Monday, where Brian would play music or write songs, and I would have to guess for a trivia game what the song was. We did an 80s format, we did a 90s format, and we're bringing that back. The main reason we're bringing it back is we're trying to do more videos.
But before we hit you with the song, are you prepared?
Like Brian says, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and other essentials to get you through tough times? If not, check out My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families just like yours. Right now, you can save 25% off their popular 4-week emergency food kit, which will keep you well fed for 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you may need it a lot sooner than that.
So don't wait. Go to www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com. That's www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com.
Yes, good deal.
So who we got today, Cedric? Because I know you found this guy.
Actually, I found this guy thanks to none other than Tom McDonald. And if you guys watched our trivia game a few videos ago, Tom McDonald was, well, the first song we did of Tom McDonald was canceled, but he was someone that we really highlighted throughout the year.
Yeah.
And Tom recently put something on his social media site that he was promoting a friend of his, Matt Brevner. So we're like, well, if he's good enough for Tom, maybe we should check him out, because they're saying that people who associate together normally have the same voice. So we're going to check it out.
Okay.
And good Lord, what's the name of the song again?
It's More of Us.
More of Us.
I can't help but look around and feel like things are getting out of hand. We've been told to trust the science, but the science just doesn't make sense. They say it isn't mandatory, but they also say your jab or your job. But if it doesn't stop the spread, it makes it feel like this is just a facade.
All right, great point
Good
right off the bat. So,
good stuff.
So this is what people that only watch CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, all those. What he just said, they're saying your jab or your job, but if it doesn't stop the spread, which, especially with Omicron, we know that it doesn't, then what's the point? What's the point of this whole mandate?
Yeah.
The mandate is to save lives, right? Somebody else's lives. Well, if you care about your life and you're vaccinated, then why do you care what I did? You can spread it to me just as easy as I can spread it to you. And according to you, I'm going to get more sick than you. So why do you care?
I like the part where he says we've been told to trust the science. I want to say 2 quick things about that. Number 1, we've been told not to even trust the scientists. We've been told to trust the scientist.
Fauci.
Mr. Fauci. And that's all we've been told to trust.
That's Lord Fauci to you.
Right? And if you think about that term, trust the science, now think about this for a second. Trust the science is the most anti-science statement you can make, because science is based on asking questions.
And science evolves as we learn new things. You know, the sun doesn't revolve around the earth. We learned that the earth revolves around the sun.
It revolves around me.
Well, that too. Yes. I mean, you're as bright as the sun today. All right, let's move on.
But if it doesn't stop the spread, it makes it feel like this is just a facade. What about the healthcare workers? What about the frontline nurses? How quickly we forget that they were working 18 hours a day. What about informed consent? What about due diligence? It seems a country that I used to call home is surely slipping away.
Wow. Good stuff.
So I have one of my sisters is a nurse. Mm-hmm. So they had to work that whole first year where there was no vaccine. So they risked their lives, right, to go in and treat patients with COVID when we didn't even know what this was. Mm-hmm. Now these same nurses that either ended up getting COVID during that first wave or saw everything that was going on, they decide, okay, well, I'm not going to take the vaccine because I either had it or I see the effects of the vaccine. And now they're getting fired after they put their lives on the line treating these people when they had no idea back then what could happen to them. Yeah. And, you know, I know she had some friends that were very scared because they would, I mean, basically dress like almost in hazmat, wondering what this is going to be like,
right.
Yet they went to work. Now these same bureaucrats want to fire them because they're making a choice.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the song.
What about due diligence? It seems a country that I used to call home is surely slipping away. I can't help but look around and feel like minds are slowly starting to change. Cause even if you're triple vaccinated, know that segregation isn't the way. Freedom is a choice and it's available to all if we choose. But first things first, you gotta turn off the news.
That was good. That was very
couple good things
McDonald-esque.
Yeah, and that's I've said this way before the last 2020 and the George Floyd and the COVID stuff. I used to say this, and I had a mentor way back in the day. He said the worst thing you can do is watch the evening news before you go to bed, and that's what our parents did. They would sit and watch the news before they went to bed. Now your head is filled with, you know, back then it was just filled with bad news, whether it was true or not. Now it's filled with propaganda.
Yeah. There's a great quote by my doppelganger, Denzel Washington.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, like I was saying, Denzel Washington has a great quote where he says, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. But if you do watch it, you're misinformed. And it depends on what you're doing. And me and Brian are saying that we're the news, but we are free thinkers. Someone called us out on that last time. They said, you guys are free thinkers. You watch us. You guys watch us, but you take it for what it's worth. And you say, I'll watch these guys. But at the end of the day, you got to make up your own mind. And just something about watching CNN, which I call constant negative news, that just wears on you mentally. And I think that attributes a lot to COVID. It's like your mental well-being and things of that nature.
So, and when he says at the end of that first, before he hits the chorus, or he doesn't really have a chorus in the song, but he said his country, he feels like his country. He is Canadian, so you'll see a lot of Canadian references here. But you know, it's similar. It's the Western societies that he's going to point out.
And I could spend 5 minutes on this. I'm not going to. Me and Brian were talking before we started filming, and I was telling about someone that I know who got COVID last year, got vaxxed, got boosted, and got COVID again. And I've literally, in the last 2.5, 3 weeks, I've heard that story. At least 10 to 15 people have told me the exact same thing.
A nurse just told me that a 17-year-old that had been double vaxxed got COVID and ended up dying at 17. So there's still a lot of people out there that think that COVID makes the symptoms less. I don't think with Omicron there's any science behind that. In fact, the same nurse said that she's been hearing now that the vaccinated are actually having a worse outcome with Omicron. So it's not surprising, because if you listen to my podcast from a while ago with Cedric and I talked about COVID, SARS-CoV-1 when they did the experimental vaccines, like in the Philippines. The ones that were vaccinated were ones that ended up dying. So, you know, you got to take that. Don't take that as news. This is what COVID-1 was. I'm not saying that vaccines didn't help at the beginning. It is curious, though, that, you know, Biden talked about Trump failed because there was over 250,000 deaths when there was no vaccine. And then Biden takes over. There is a vaccine, and we're up to 800,000 deaths. So take that for what it's worth.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, what about the healthcare workers? What about the frontline nurses? How quickly we forget that they were working 18 hours a day. What about informed consent? What about due diligence? It seems the country that I used to call home is surely slipping away. If you're late to the party, there's plenty room at the table. This side don't discriminate. I'm calling on every single man, woman, child of the able. It's time to take the streets and liberate. But please don't be a part of the problem, staying willfully ignorant, cause there's just way too much at stake. Yo, it's okay to change your mind, you can admit you were wrong, cause where there's perfect love, there ain't no shame. Heavenly Father, show me what I don't understand yet. I got my marching orders, I don't fully know the plan yet. Hold on to my Bible before bed, no, it ain't banned yet. Did you know the makers of the vaccine make the Xanax? I would never lean on corporations for morality.
That's a good line.
Rolling.
If you didn't catch that, did you know that the makers of the vaccine are the ones that make Xanax?
Yeah. I mean, there's
I just thought that was good.
There are so many things there. He said if you're late to the party, there's plenty of room at the table. And like some of the people that I listen to, your Candace Owens, Leo Terrell's one of my favorites. Leo Terrell was
he was a diehard. He used to fight with Larry Elder all the time.
All the time.
Because they were both on KBC, and Leo was the liberal that would come on after Larry, and Larry was always working on him. And guess what?
Finally came over. And
now it's 2.0, right?
2.0. He is awesome. And like he says here, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. And I think a lot of people, men and women, need to put your ego to the side. And it's okay to say, you know what, I'm wrong. There's great liberation, there's great freedom in saying, you know what, I made a mistake. I was wrong. And a lot of people just can't do that. It's okay to change your mind. I like the part, Heavenly Father, show me what I don't understand yet. I got my marching orders. I don't know if that could be a reference to Matthew. In the book of Matthew, he talks about the Great Commission. Go out and therefore make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. I don't know what he's going there, but I like the religious vibe there. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Makers of the vaccine make the Xanax. I would never lean on corporations for morality, cause they put their profits over people for their salaries. Know they wanna make you bend the knee for your normality. I know you feeling all alone, but in reality, there's way more of us than them. 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 That's the truth. There's way more of us than them. There's way more of us than them. There's way more of us. There's way more of us than them.
Very good. I love the lyrics.
Yeah.
I love and the title is apropos. There's more of us. And, me being the child that I am, I love it reminds me of the animated cartoon Bug's Life. Where at the end, Flick looks at Hopper and says, there's more of us than you.
Yeah.
And that makes Hopper and Nerds like, oh, shoot, now that you realize that, now I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's when they take over, and that's awesome. I love that.
And it is. I mean, those countries that he showed, those are countries based on, liberties, freedom. And even some countries that didn't experience it at a time. I mean, Croatia, which used to be part of Yugoslavia. So these people, they know what freedom is now. Now they're coming out and saying, we're not going to do this again. Our parents told us what happened when a government starts to tell you what to do.
Right.
So
right. I love that, and I love those scenes. Like you see, and I hear it a lot in the comment section from you guys, where you're frustrated and you don't know what to do. And I usually say, hang in there, hold the line. There's a lot more of us out there, but I don't know why we don't have the voice that we have.
We're not as loud.
Mainstream media doesn't give us the voice.
Yeah.
So we have to create our own platforms to do that.
Yeah, and as they've shown with the doctor you talk about that was on Joe Rogan that they took down, and this is a guy who helped invent the RNA vaccine.
Robert Malone.
And they take that down, so that shows you that they know that there's more of us. That's why they're trying to suppress it with the big tech, which controls everything. So,
Yeah.
scary. Anyway.
One thing I didn't touch on, I love the fact that he took his mask off.
Oh, yeah.
Before he started saying, it's like, enough of this.
Yeah,
Like, let's remove the mask. Let's get down to business.
I wanted to shout out this was another present from one of our viewers, and she's also a patient of mine.
I like that.
Thank you. Cedric, believe it or not, didn't know what grunt style was before, even though I wear my grunt style on a lot of our episodes.
I don't pay that much attention to what you're wearing.
I know you don't.
Yeah, okay.
It's because he gets his from China.
Wow, no, this didn't come from China.
Oh, that one didn't come from China?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. They never showed up.
They never showed up. But if you never heard of Matt Brevner, give this guy a listen. I can't echo the things that Tom McDonald says when he's talking, but download this guy on Spotify. What are some of the things out there?
I don't know if he's on iTunes.
iTunes.
I know he has a website. I'll put that in the link too. Go to his website and stream his video. Download it.
We all need to have the same voice and support everyone who's saying the same thing that we're saying. I love that's awesome.
Yeah, because we don't have the Nikes and the big tech backing us for our voices. So. And
before I forget, I should have said this for last, but I know I'll forget it. Today we are filming this on a Thursday. I just want to say prayers and condolences to one of my heroes. We lost Sidney Poitier today.
Today's Friday.
Yeah, we lost him.
Did we lose him yesterday or today? That was this morning.
Yesterday. It was this morning. I can't remember. Yes. But just a great actor, 94 years old. So I lost Betty White last week at 99, and today Sidney Poitier at 94. And
they're living good, long lives. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good, clean living.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, guys. Again, just to reiterate, go check out Matt Brevner. Good guy, good message, good song. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and share our channel with everyone you know, because we need 1 million views on this video, like I said earlier.
Don't forget your Cedric and Brian mugs.
Yes, get your Cedric and Brian mugs. And just kind of echo what Matt Brevner said in this song, and what a lot of artists are saying now, and even actors and actresses, continue being good to each other. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. See you later.